Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/rive to receive the top 10 stocks to buy right now. The second quarter of 2023 is here, and that means the rubber's really hitting the road for Virgin Galactic. Management said they would start commercial operations this quarter, so sometime in the next 3 months, investors should expect to see some sort of commercial flight taking off in New Mexico. But is that going to happen, and what should we expect? I want to dig into a few of those things here on this video. My name is Travis Hoium. Thank you for watching Rive Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my coverage on disruptive companies. And if you're interested in companies like Virgin Galactic, subscribe to Asymmetric Investing. I have a link to that in the show notes below. But I'm going to be covering companies with 10x potential over the next decade there. So I'd love to see you there. Let's dig into Virgin Galactic and go through a couple of things that they have said recently. This is the fourth quarter 2022 earnings announcement made back at the end of February. And this is the key here. The first line that they said is commercial service remains on track for Q2 2023. Enhancements to VMS Eve, which is the mothership that's carrying the rocket, and VSS Unity, which is the rocket ship itself that actually goes up into space, have been completed. VMS Eve has returned to the Spaceport America to begin flights, which I think the first one has already happened. Both of those aircraft have actually been returned to the facility at Spaceport America in New Mexico. So we should expect to see them launching together. They've done the first flight of the VMS Eve, but they're going to be flying together here hopefully relatively soon. I wanted to look at what we should expect, because I think the first thing that we should expect is just simply Virgin Galactic to get off the ground and actually have paying customers. Those first customers, from their earlier indications, are not going to be space tourists. That's really what the business is built on. But it's going to be some research flights. There's a military unit that's going up. So paid missions, but not the kind of flights that we would expect to see this company generating a lot of its revenue from long term. But Q2, sometime in the next 3 months, we should be expecting commercial operations to get off the ground. Management has delayed this for years at this point. So this is something they really need to hit. I think that's just the bottom line. So what can we expect? There are two spacecraft. The VSS Unity is the first one. That's the one that has actually done a few flights into space, took Richard Branson into space. That can launch 12 times a year. It's designed to launch 12 times a year. VSS Imagine, that's their next spacecraft, actually has 6 seats, is expected to launch 26 times a year when it starts going. So combined, we're only looking at 38 flights per year. The Unity actually only has 4 seats for passengers. 2 of the seats are for pilots. So you can expect maybe $20–25 million in revenue from that spacecraft. Not going to be a quick ramp of revenue, at least in 2023 or 2024. Imagine is a little bit bigger and at more flights per year. Imagine has 6 seats and is doing more flights per year. So you're looking at maybe $70 million in revenue a year based on the $450,000 per ticket number. Now, also keep in mind that a lot of the tickets that have been sold for their flights are going to be significantly less than that $450,000 number. They're going to be more in the $200,000 to $200,000 range. So from a revenue perspective, we shouldn't be expecting a lot over the next couple of years until they get their next generation spacecraft off the ground. And that's what this is right here, the Delta class. This is being designed and built a little bit differently. Everything is being put together by Virgin Galactic, but Bell, Textron, and some other suppliers are helping build that ship. Boeing is involved in building a new mothership that's expected to be doing about 200 flights per year, I believe. But it's this next generation spacecraft where you're going to start to see a quicker frequency of flights, more reusable parts, and hopefully lower costs. Right now, Virgin Galactic has said that it actually needs to replace the engine, which is about $250,000 for each one of these flights. So not a lot of gross margin to be had right now in the space flights that they're doing, although getting off the ground is a big step for the company. The reality is investors have just simply been doing a lot of waiting for Virgin Galactic. The company said that it was going to start significant revenue as early as 2020. It is now 2023, and we're still not at that point. Now the rubber has hit the road. If they miss this Q2 2023 target, I don't see a lot of upside for the stock, at least in the near future. It's still extremely risky. I want to make that really clear. This is a stock that I own. I have owned it for quite a while, but I'm definitely not adding to it until we get some more clarity on when this Delta class of spacecraft are coming, what the ramp of revenue is going to look like. Are they going to be generating $10 million of revenue this year? Is it going to be $50 million next year? We need to get an idea of what the economics of the business are going to look like, because the company's been burning over $100 million in cash each quarter. And despite the fact that there's a ton of cash on the balance sheet, around $1 billion, that's going to run out eventually. So commercial operations need to get off the ground. The pace needs to pick up. Hopefully we see that in Q2 2023. But the next step is moving beyond VSS Unity to Imagine, and then to that Delta class of spacecraft, more passengers, more frequency of flights. That's really what we need to see for this to be a great investment. So a company that I'm going to keep following here on Rive Investing. So please subscribe to this channel. Check out Asymmetric Investing, my newsletter. You can see that for free right now. I'd love to see your thoughts on the stocks that I'm doing deep dives on there. And leave your comments in the comment section below for Virgin Galactic. I'd love to hear what you think about this company right now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you here next time.